Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy last recording on this Sunday. I want to say hey to all my subscribers. New as well as season. Got a word for you. Tap in. So, one of you guys, my little chosen one, sent me an email that stated in last week's question and answer that I said I would do another question and answer this weekend. You're correct. I totally forgot. My apologies. So I figured I would plug a quick one in right now. So I've only pulled like 4 or 5 questions because I'm super busy, but I wanted to honor my word and do another one. I am not going to do them every weekend, but I did say last weekend that I would do one. So here I am. All right. So I don't have my email pull up, but I did jot a few things down. The first person, to summarize, she wanted me to talk about how do you start your healing process, because it's almost like you hear people say all the time, just heal, you have to heal, you have to heal, you have to heal, you have to heal, you got to heal, right? But what does that look like? And sis, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Before I started to, started my healing journey, you're right. You hear people say that, but it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? I would first say to you, sis, you got to ask God, right? You got to ask God. You have to literally ask God to step in to help you. Now, again, you guys know I'm transparent. Please don't you go to God and ask God to step in nowhere unless you got your edge growth oil and you are prepared for your life to be flipped upside down. I promise you. But I also promise you that it will be worth every single thing you will go through in that process. And my God, will you go through some things over the years, right? It's a process, literally. So sometimes I believe, when you're just operating out of just survivor mode, you don't even know you need to be healed. You just think you're normal. So God is very, there's a way he can bring certain things to you. But I know for me, right? For me, what happened was I just got to this place where, a lot of you, my chosen ones, you just keep taking on more and more stuff. Like you're allowing everybody to bring their stuff to you. And you're just like, I got it. I got you. I'm there for you. I'm there. Like you just get to a place where you literally almost break yourself down and give yourself a nervous breakdown, because for so many years you just been the strong person, the strong friend, right? So I remember one day just saying, Lord, please take the steering wheel. I'm just tired. I was speaking to myself, but I didn't know he could hear me. I was like, I'm tired of driving. At some point, can I just take the passenger seat? Let me sit in the back seat, please, God. And honey, okay. And when you ask God to step in, there's no going back. You can't say, all right, I changed my mind, because I tried to change my mind. There's no going back. So I tell people all the time, please make sure you are ready. But it will be the best decision you ever made, because once you come out of that process, you will experience a life that you never knew existed. God will elevate you in so many areas. But yes, you will lose a lot of people. You will lose a lot of friends. You will lose a lot of, I don't know, even somebody you may be dating. You may lose a marriage. I don't know, right? He's going to show you your heart. Regardless if you want it or not, he's going to show you your heart. He's going to send you back to ask for forgiveness. He's going to send you back to forgive. He's going to send you back to face every single trauma you ever in your life experience. And you can't go back and hand pick that thing, right? You got to go back in that thing full force. Nothing to cover it up. Like some people are like my weed smokers. Listen, no judgment. If that's your thing, right? You just want to kind of soothe yourself or kind of like numb. No. You're going back with nothing. Right. I'm going to expose you to this. I'm going to show you and give you grace to dig up the roots. And then I'm going to show you how to expel these things. But honey, okay, just get your edge growth oil. Just go ahead and get get about 50 boxes of tissues, because you're going to be sobbing and crying. You're going to be kicking and screaming. And it's going to feel like you are literally butt naked sitting on the floor with someone just have their arms wrapped around you, like in the fetal position. But you can't even break out of that. It's like he's going to, not even force in a bad way, but you're going to run from all these things. So he's going to gently be there holding you as you process this stuff. It's almost like, well, never mind. I was about to say, which I don't even know, and I can't even compare that. I don't even know where that came from. I was about to say, if you ever witness somebody going through like withdrawal, like a heroin or a very heavy drug, or even alcohol withdrawal, and like they're shaking and they're like convulsing, and like you got to just hold it, like, but that ain't that. I don't even know where that came from. I don't even know where that came from, but maybe, I don't know. All right, so yes, sis. So ask him. Also, if you're the common denominator, if all your relationships have ended the same, or you hear the same thing about you from all people and things like that, you got to be open. You got to be to the point where you're like, I'm just tired. They have to be better. I want everything that God has for me. So you got to get to that point. You got to get to that point. Because God is not going to force us. We have to want it. So yeah, that's that. Next question. Kizzy, I heard you say that you like mature men. If I'm honest, I am 49, but I typically go for much younger guys in their 30s and their 40s. Why do you think that is? I'm tired of playing games with young guys, and I want to venture out on dating someone else my age, but it seems like older men do not pick older women. Can you help me here? Sis, I mean, I did say that. I did say I like mature men. But let me be clear here, too, now. Mature doesn't always mean age-wise. Now, I do like older men. Young guys. Because y'all emailed me last time. Listen, I'm not saying... It doesn't mean I'm opposed to it, right? Everybody have their preference, but it doesn't mean you're opposed to it. I've dated younger, right? I'm just saying, I don't got time. I'm not buying no Jordans. I'm not buying no PlayStations. I don't need my car windows bust. I don't need the drama. As long as... And I know. I know young guys. That's not all young guys. I'm just saying. Sometimes when you go younger, that comes with another whole level of just... And that's not everybody. So yes, I do prefer mature guys. For me, if I'm honest, I've always been an old soul. Like, even now, I act like I'm 80, seriously. But even when I remember being like 18, 19, 20, right? I just felt like people my age, they just was not mature enough for me, right? So I just always been attracted to mature guys. But I venture out every now and then, as far as older men only wanting young girls, well, that's not all the time. It's really not. It's not all the time. I know some mature guys who really got their stuff together, and they don't, for some, I've heard they say you got too much to lose. They don't have time for that drama that, again, sometimes the younger generation can, not all the time, bring. So I think it's each to his own. But no, all older guys don't just go for younger girls. I know some very, very beautiful, vibrant, mature couples. Seriously. Since I'm just a firm believer in general in life with everything. You just have to do what works for you, right? You don't have to find a guy in your age unless that's what you want to do. I mean, older men find younger women all the time, right? You got men out here who's 75 and got somebody who's 18. Well, let me leave that alone. But if you are fine with dating younger guys, but you feel like they're just getting on your nerve because they're just being immature or whatever they got going on, then tap into finding some that are younger but mature. There are some younger, mature guys out here. There really are. But if you feel like you're just over that and you're tired of these young dudes, respectfully, then go get you an old school cat. Like, listen, these old school cats nowadays, now, some of these young dudes can't even hang with some of these old school cats. Like, let's just say, if he keep himself up, like, because I like me a good, mature man, honey. I'm not talking about no 60, 70-year-old out here who riding around with cornrows, in a Camaro, and he blasting music with bass. And he got on 50,000 chains, and he got on some Willie D's when he get up out there and he's listening. Listen, sir, I'm going to need you to get it together, right? It might be a midlife crisis. I don't know what we got going on here, but I ain't got time for that, right? Okay, I like a good, mature man. A man, all caps. A man, sis, a man. Get Kizzy. All right. I think that's all you asked me. What is my thought? Yeah, that's just my opinion. Sis, do what works for you. I think sometimes we try to complicate life just based on what we think other people are going to say. Girl, please. If I was 85 and want me a 22-year-old and sprinkle some chandeliers with him, that's what I'm gonna do. Period. And I don't care who says what. Right? You got one life. You better live that life to your fullest, because when you mess around and be 90 years old in that rocking chair and having all these regrets, can't go back and change it. I'm gonna do me until the wheels fall off. Point blank. Period. All right. Next question. I recently moved into a new house. I didn't realize that this neighborhood was full of more mature population. What age do you think men stop hitting on women? Because there's a lot of older men in the neighborhood. Sis, when you find out, can you let me know? When you find out, can you let me know? Because let me tell you something. I can't tell you what I go through on a daily basis, not weekly, daily basis at times with, and when I say mature or older, I'm talking about these men are, halfway out the door, right? These men are old, not older, old. And I think, even being in healthcare, I've had men who were about 4 breaths away before transitioning and trying to holler, "Sir, you on your way to meet Jesus, and you sitting here harassing me and my staff nerves." Sis, I think, my opinion, men, I'm sure you'll email me, but whatever, if you want to comment. I don't think men ever. I don't think they ever just say, "Well, my days are up and that's that, and I'm just going to sit here and watch the TV and just never look at anything." I just don't think it's in them. I think they will always have, even if they can't, even if they can't physically, it's still in their head, right? Either they still think they can, or maybe they can imagine that they can, right? When you find out, sis, let me know. I can't answer that one for you, honey, because let me tell you something. I just don't understand. I mean, they can have one leg, one eye. They can have some briefs and depends on, have pissed up and limping and still trying to holler. I just don't think with men, I just don't think it just never stops. I really don't. But I could be wrong there. That's my... Kizzy, next question. Fourth question. How do you feel? How do you feel about women who are excessively jealous over their boyfriends? I've been in a relationship for 2 years, and I feel like my boyfriend is always checking out other women. He calls me possessive and overly jealous, but I just try to get him to understand that it is disrespectful and it gives me low self-esteem and low confidence. How would you handle a man who is checking out another woman? First thing first, sis, is really all about respect, right? It's about respect. I think two people have to really have a good foundation of respect. Also, I'll say this. I'm not the jealous woman like that, right? I'm very aware that men are visual, just like us. I mean, we see handsome people every day, right? It's not like we're blind, right? So there's nothing wrong with looking, but there's a difference between looking and just staring, you know what I mean? So I'm not a jealous woman in that sense. Like if a beautiful woman walks by and he just happens to, she catches his eye, like his head's turned. Like, I mean, it is what it is, but you need to be a quick half of a second, right? Because if you're looking too long, listen, first of all, I'm not going to make a scene, right? I'm just not yelling. I'm not doing none of that foolishness, right? I'm just going to look at you and I'm going to say, play froggy and jump. Play froggy and jump if you want to. Play froggy, jump. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Right. And that's all I have said. And all they do is laugh when you say it, because they, child, please. I'm not worried about, if somebody catches his eye, because I know people catch my eye all the time. I'm like, oh, but you look and you keep it moving. It's the problem is when you are reacting, or if you're trying to do something slick, like slide numbers, or you winking. Now that happens a lot. I get that a lot. And it is the most disrespectful thing. And they better be glad I don't call it behinds out in front of their people. Like, you can have men, because men typically walk behind their woman, or they should, I should say, so the minute you walk by or whatever, they're sitting there winking their cock eye at you, knowing the woman can't even see you. But let me tell you something, a woman tapped in, she knows her man, her spirit, her intuitions tell her, right? So a lot of times you will see that the woman will turn back and look at the man just to see if he's looking at you, because she knows her man, right? But men can be very, very disrespectful when it comes down to, trying to slide numbers or winking the eye, and the people's right there. Crazy story. I had this this happened a couple of months ago. So this guy was talking to me for a long time, like 15 minutes, right? I kept trying to get him to leave me alone, because he just kept, he was very nice, don't get me wrong. And I was trying, and I'm the person who, again, I'm friendly, but then there are certain times where I'm in my head, and I need to really be in my zone. But he just wouldn't go, and he just kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking for like 15 minutes. And then maybe right after that, there comes a female on the aisle. And I mean, she blasted him out because she was looking for him. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you're in here with a whole woman. And you over here harassing my nerves about what candle this and what color this is and what this is. Oh my God. So yes, men can be very disrespectful. And I guess women can too. But ultimately, I think it depends on the baseline. Have to be respect, because you can't watch somebody 24 hours a day. And I ain't going to try, right? I'm not going to try to watch you 24 hours a day, because let me tell you something. When you're connected enough, God will always alert you when something is off, right? So I may not know what you got going on, but my spirit tells me something. So I'm going to come to you again. Play froggy and jump. Jump. That's what you do. Jump. I promise you I'm crazy like that, right? All right, last question. I lost my paper. I listened to your recording on jealous and catty women, and it just truly blessed my soul. I have dealt with a lot of jealous and catty women all of my life, and all I've ever wanted to do was just truly embrace women and to help them heal, as I've discovered my healing journey. What do you think the root cause is of jealous women? Sis, again, whenever y'all find out, let me know. Truly. I think the root cause, there's a number of things, but ultimately it's going to be women who deal with self-esteem issues and confidence issues, which a lot of times does come from trauma, from childhood, things like that, and they truly haven't healed, or it's because society do tend to pin women against each other a lot. And so you got women who are more in attack mode versus loving and embracing mode, right? You got some females who, I don't know, they may have been in a relationship or married, and their husband or whatever may have cheated on somebody who may be your type. So now they're out and they're looking at you like, yeah, your type is the girl, right? But I think overall, truly, it really is a seed of confidence and self-esteem issues. And it's funny because, again, most women who are healed or who are confident, they go through the same things. But like I said before, I made a conscious decision some years ago, right? Because it was always this thing about certain people felt like I got too much attention, and even if it was never said, that's the whole vibe, that's the whole energy. So I would just sit down and just just not make myself seen just so they can have the light, and they wouldn't even take the light. So that's what made me realize it was never about me. It's truly about them. Because if you think about it, all right, so you figure this person get all this attention, so now they're sitting down and they're not doing anything because they want you to shine, which is not even a healthy dynamic anyway, right? But whatever, they want you to shine, and you still wouldn't shine. You still wouldn't even get your confidence level to get up there and just make it happen, whatever it is that you want to do. I'm giving you the stage, and you still won't take it. So who really is the problem? Is it really me, or is it really you? Because I'm dealing with the same thing. I'm dealing with these trifling dudes, right? I'm dealing with, I'm a woman. We have confidence and self-esteem issues at times. No, it's not walking around with confidence issues 24 hours a day, but we have our days, period. All of us, we have our days. So that's sis, and it just made me, like I said, it just made me more of a rebel in that sense. Like, man, listen, screw y'all. I'm not about to do this no more. Like, either you gonna hop on the train and we gonna shine together, or you gonna get left behind. But I'm not doing it no more. I'm not sitting down. Period. I'm not. Right? So either you're gonna jump on board and we're gonna climb these ladders together, and we're going to get these blessings together, or you going to miss the train. And so they missed the train. And hopefully, prayerfully one day, they see the light and they realize that they're just as beautiful. They're just as whatever they see in the next sister, that they understand that they have every single thing that she has. And on the flip side, the sis they're jealous of have a lot of the same insecurities at times. Some of the same issues and drama with men at the same time. And then understand that ultimately the world, society has really pinned us against each other. Period. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm just not going to do it. You don't have to like me. Crazy thing about this, right? People, they don't even like you, but they admire you from afar. Do you know how many people on my page I know don't like me and have never said anything, but they keep coming back every day? I don't care about that nonsense. All I care about is when you don't come up on my post saying anything, or don't come up on nobody's post that I can see, and you just being side-eye and being smart out your mouth, because I'm going to check you one good time. I'm not playing these games. Point blank, period. So that's that. I can't listen. I'm not even going to tell y'all when I'm going to do another question and answer, but I will do one soon. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.